Oh, baby, we are back. We are back with another episode of Showing Off. Are you
It's
excited?
like we never left.
It's like we never left. You know what I mean?
I am very excited. I'm excited to be here today to talk to another one of our amazing friends and coworkers.
Yes.
It's very exciting.
Super
I love
exciting.
these conversations.
Me too. And I know I wanted to talk a little bit about, you're very stylish today. You're always very stylish.
Thank
But let's
you.
talk about style. Where did you get your style from?
Where did I get my style from? Well, you know what? Growing up, I used to watch all these MGM Technicolor musicals.
Because
with my
why,
dad.
though? I mean, I know the story, but because why? Who got you into all
Well,
that
my
stuff?
dad. We used to watch these things, these shows, and like I especially loved like Carmen Miranda. I just loved her. I was like, she's like my
Right.
size, but her fit was always so perfect, and I just loved that 1940s aesthetic, even into the 50s, like that classic fit. So when I was like 17 and I started like having my own money and shopping and going to the thrift stores, that's always what I looked for, and I always would have so much fun putting together these outfits and pulling these vintage looks and thinking about who wore them before me and just kind of putting them together in a new way. And now I still love vintage, but like this is from Trashy Diva, which is this small store in New Orleans. And it's a departure for me because, I usually don't come up above the knees
I know you
with
don't
my
really
skirts.
like, you don't really like skirts that go
No,
above
I
the
don't.
knees,
I like
no?
a mid-length, but I felt like this was like a special.
You always say it's because you think your legs are too big, but I think your legs are perfect.
Well, my legs are very solid and I'm like this tall. So like when you put it all together, sometimes I just feel like a tree, like a really solid, beautiful tree.
Yeah, of
but,
course.
I
like
just.
an oak.
Yeah, I need that fit and flair. An oak. Yes, I'm an oak tree.
You're an oak tree.
Thank you.
An oak tree and a meatball.
But yes, that was my high school nickname,
Was it
Meatball.
Meatball? I know,
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
I'm
And you know
sorry.
what? I love
I'm
a
sorry
good
to bring
meatball.
up old stuff.
I
you
don't
know?
think that's a scar. It's like a badge of pride. I was happy to be Meatball. Meatballs are delicious. They're nutritious. They got a lot of protein. It's very exciting. That's what?
No, I was so thin in high school that like when I turned sideways, my eyes were single file.
Yeah, I can't. I
Like, it
cannot
was like
relate to that at all.
I was a big nerd, and I didn't have. I thought I had style, but I don't. I mean, I always was trying to look good in my J.C. Penney's suits.
I bet
what
you
mean?
never had to hem a pair of pants in your life.
I mean, me personally, no.
Yeah.
I don't think. I don't.
No
think
one's ever had to
no.
hem your pants. You probably have to let
You
out
would
hems.
let-
My mom would take our jeans from Kmart, hem them up real high, and let them out like over like the next 10 years.
Then your little sister Dana would wear
Oh,
them.
she's probably still wearing them. No, but you have a great classic style too.
Yeah, I mean, I always looked up to like those, like Cary Grant and
Yeah.
Robert Mitchum was like huge. I loved all his movies. My grandfather looked exactly like Robert Mitchum, so I
seen
always loved
pictures, it's
his
true.
always loved his style. Like even his like garage drinking beer, smoking Winston style was like.
Yeah.
Was really cool. He had some nice jean dungarees. He called
Dungarees.
them dungarees, and like a nice button down with a
Yeah.
pack of smokes in the pocket. Like so, I always dug that kind of stuff. And then all of the actors, and then you saw Sinatra and Louis Prima and all that. Like so, I just always loved that kind of bespoke suiting. You know what I
No,
mean?
it's a
Especially
vibe.
those old movies were always so good.
No, it's
You know?
vibe and it feels good. And I like dressing up because I think it's like, well, my Aunt Pat once said to me, because I didn't know what to wear someplace. And she said, well, dress up. Because if you get there and everybody's dressed up, then you're dressed up too. And if you get there and everybody's dressed down, you can say that you're going to this really amazing place later.
Yeah, exactly. Dress for the party you want, not the party you're going to.
I like that. I like that. If
like
you
it
had
too.
to, do you, I guess this is kind of a not fair question for you, but I'll ask it anyway. Vintage or fancy pants designer?
Well, never like fancy. I would never buy like Versace suits or, I used to wear some Hugo Boss stuff, but only because we played all those parties.
Yeah, we got free
and we got free clothes. But those suits never held up.
Yeah.
They don't last that long. They never really fit that great because they're not made for you. Plus, I'm 6'4"
Yeah.
and I'm like thin, so like off the rack never really looked right.
No.
I of course wore that kind of stuff, but no, I would never buy it. I'd rather spend twice as much on a custom made suit that's going to last me 30, 40 years, which that's what these suits are. They last forever and like they're just great stuff. But I'll never buy like besides boots. I do have I'm a sucker for like
You
Italian.
can invest in shoes.
Yeah, and shoes you got to go with the shoes. I mean,
I would rather be like locked in like a vintage dream store.
Yeah, because a lot of those stuff you get so lucky in vintage
I do.
stores because the size is like
No,
perfect.
people
for
were
you.
like smaller then, so
Yeah.
I'm always lucked out like in the proportions. Meanwhile, now like I have to shop at like Junior's department.
The vintage stuff I can find like short sleeve dress shirts.
Yeah.
Like the button downs I wear in the
Yeah,
summer.
those are
Like
nice.
those are really nice, but I have to get like a large tall, which they did make, but they're hard to find.
Yeah.
But I never get lucky in a vintage store. Nothing ever
I love
fits
it.
me.
It's so much fun.
No, nothing ever fits me.
Well, speaking of fun.
Speaking of fun, we're about to talk to one of the coolest cats that you and I know. I love this guy. He runs one of the coolest places in the world. I mean, like, what's that old quote from? Was it?
Don't say it.
Don't say it.
Don't say it. Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Yeah, I was going to.
No,
use
you
that.
can't say that.
Why
you can't
not?
say that because that's. Sometimes it's hard.
To be a woman?
No, to be married to you. You can't say that quote because I need that later, and that's information that is top secret.
Okay, so we'll start over then. All right, never.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I won't say that quote. You're going to say it later.
Yes.
But so how do we bring this in then? I'm trying to like bring this in the right fucking way.
You know, sometimes when you work with somebody who doesn't read the notes, it can be really frustrating.
I told you I'm Dean Martin.
You're Dean Martin. You don't rehearse.
And I'm not rehearsing.
And I'm.
You're the producer.
Okay. So we always like to come back to why we're here today.
Yes.
And why are we here today? To talk to someone amazing who works in the arts and totally rocks it.
Yes.
You want to take the bio?
Yeah, man. I love this cat, man. I can't wait to get him here to talk about all the good stuff. So Adam, the real man, ladies and gentlemen, a Coney Island legend, a friend, a cigar aficionado, and the creative director of Coney Island, USA. All right, let's hit him with the facts. Should we give some more bio? All right, he's a sword swallower, strong man, sideshow performer. He was raised in the legendary Coney Island section of Brooklyn. He spent the past quarter of a century performing daring and unusual feats with spot-on comedic timing in front of nationwide audiences. As the artistic director of Coney Island, USA, the nonprofit arts organization, Adam is responsible for keeping Coney Island's long-standing legacy of art, entertainment, and history alive for current and future generations to enjoy and partake in. Adam RealMan, welcome to the show. We're so excited to have you, baby. Come on in, man. Come on in. We'll be right back after this break.
It's Christmas, baby. Don't miss Brian Newman's newest holiday EP streaming late fall on all platforms. It's Christmas, baby is sure to warm up even the grinchiest Grinch this holiday season of joy with new takes on some of your favorite December grooves. Stream It's Christmas, baby today because guess what?
It's Christmas, baby. I love it, man. Thanks for doing this with us today.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you
This is
here.
my plan. Let's see. We'll make the adjustment, or you want me to sit closer?
No, you're good.
No, you're good.
I like to man spread and make sure I'm.
Just pretend you're on the F train.
Yeah, like half the sofa, is for me. And
Get comfortable.
Angie gets a little corner.
All right. I'm cozy over here.
Right,
That's
yeah,
me all the time in the corner of the couch, in the corner of the bed, in the front seat of the car with all the bags on top of me. That's how I live my life.
And I take as much space as humanly possible.
You are welcome.
Arm's going to be over here.
Adam, I'm really excited to have you here. So this is the Showing Off podcast, and this is the question that we like to lead with. What are you showing off this week?
What am I showing off this week?
Yes.
Well, I can show off something pretty cool, actually.
What?
Yeah.
And I don't know that you've ever actually seen that.
Oh,
I don't think so.
You play cards,
yeah,
right?
Of course.
Yeah, okay. We're not going to play cards. You like card tricks?
Yeah, of course.
I'm not a magician. My bio did not say that I was a magician. It did say that I'm a strong man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is I'll teach you both how to rip a deck of cards in half.
Are you going to get in trouble from like the Magic Castle for
No, because they won't allow me to be a member.
Okay. Well, who
So
cares
forget
anyway?
them.
No, we don't deal with that. All right, so how many cards in a full deck?
52.
52. Now, this is a brand new deck of used casino cards. New to us, but it has been used in a Vegas casino, Santa Fe to be exact. But no placement here. We're not going there. So if there's no jokers on the bottom of the deck, no jokers on the top of the deck, 52 cards. Now, in order to rip a deck of cards, you need the proper grip. Now, you got those nice talons right there.
Yes, I do. It's like
we're going to be careful with your hands.
Okay.
You got nice manicured hands, too.
Yeah,
so we're going
to... little bit.
Yeah, I mean, better than with the little nubs that I have over here. I just keep, but anyway, this is the grip. You got to hold 3 fingers up, 2 fingers down. You got it good. Okay. If you're going to hold it in your left hand, it's like that. You hold it in the right hand, same exact thing.
Okay.
All right. Now you're going to take the opposite hand, bring it up here, curl your thumb on the face, 4 fingers on the back, and using that opposite hand, you're going to bring it towards you potentially. And I say potentially, because you might not be able to do it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
But eventually, if you pay attention, you will be able to.
Yeah.
But before you do now, just put it in your hand nice and tight, Angie.
Okay.
Okay, now take the right hand. Good, just like that. Curl those fingers, but watch those nails.
Okay.
Now take your right hand, bring it towards you. Before you do, you ever get a paper cut?
Yeah.
You got 52 over there.
Okay.
So you got to hold those really tight.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
feel them scraping against the flesh
Okay.
of your hand, you got to stop.
Okay.
Because I don't want blood on
Okay.
on a
All right,
nice
all
white
right.
sofa
White
here.
couch.
Hand
No.
here, roll it in.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Right hand towards you. How we doing?
Not doing
All
it,
right.
Adam.
Stop. Pass it over to Brian.
And
Let's
I'm
see-
really
see.
strong.
Let's see what he's got over here.
Yep. So I got these
Yep,
two.
good. Excellent. Now you're
Oh,
going to
maybe
take.
I should do this side.
It's whatever you're most comfortable
So
with.
like this, right? We're
okay,
good with there?
good. Yep, good.
And then
Now, yeah, correct. Take the right hand, bring it towards you.
no, I
No,
can't
he
do it
can't do
either.
it
I can't do it
either.
either.
All right.
I can't do it either.
Pass it back
Pass it
over
back over
here.
here.
And now I will show off.
Do it.
All right, so
No way.
you're going to look right over here.
Okay.
Right over here.
Okay.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
What?
Whoa.
That is the best part when you get that little rip. Listen.
That's insane.
Wow.
So we'll put these back. We have to keep the set clean. And here's a little gift for you. You can
Oh, that's
Wow.
amazing, man. I
run
love
2
it.
poker games at once, or do whatever, or throw it out. Do whatever you want.
No, I'm keeping that. We're gonna put that in.
No.
I'm gonna put that up in my
That's
garage of
going in
my
the museum.
I
museum
messed up
wall.
the order of the cards, but we're gonna clean this up.
Oh my
real
God,
quick.
Adam,
We'll clean
that's
it up.
so cool. Those were real.
They were well. You
Oh,
tried
yeah.
it yourself, yeah.
I'm gonna start practicing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
telling you. So
practice
you
too.
listen to the directions. I mean, you follow.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
It just takes time.
Yeah.
You know,
Just gotta do it,
it's just a lot of practice, a lot of repetition, but eventually you'll get it.
Okay, so how did you learn to do something like this?
Wow. Well, all right. So this in particular,
Yeah.
a number of years ago, we're going back well over 10, a little over 10 years. I was approached by a film producer who was doing a documentary on a strongman.
Okay.
And I had been doing the sideshow acts, the sword swallowing and fire eating and escapes for some time already, and had wanted to learn how to do feats of strength, how to
Yeah.
perform them, how to be able to get yourself to that point. And I just we responded to the email. We ended up filming this movie called Bending Steel at the Sideshow. That was like the last
I've
scene of
seen
the
that.
movie.
Yeah,
Great
yeah,
movie.
great movie.
And just becoming friendly with these strongmen, they're more than happy
Yeah.
to teach, to impart what they do. And it took a while, but I was able to do it.
Can you bend, was it called an R bar?
Rebar.
Rebar.
Can you bend the
It
rebar?
depends on how long it is.
What's your favorite thing? Like, is it the strength, the swords, the fire?
The favorite act that I perform, it used to be sword swallowing, but as I get older, it's becoming like just more of a pain in the ass
Yeah.
to be able. I can say ass on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah. You say whatever you want.
Got to check. Never like to say bad words
can
in
say
front of the
whatever you want.
KIDS. You know what I'm saying? But I think I developed some scar tissue in the esophagus, and
Okay.
anytime it passes by, it sort of hurts a little.
Oh.
I laid off for a bit, but I'm all right. I mean, I
Yeah.
can still swallow swords.
Yeah.
But my favorite act is the one where I smoke and then eat half a pack of lit cigarettes. And
I've
That's
never
gotta
seen
be
that
really
one.
good for you.
that's,
I mean-
it's you end up shitting a cigar afterwards.
Yeah. That's the part of the show that no one sees.
That's right. You got to go to my OnlyFriends.
Yeah.
Only
That's-
friends.
that tickets
Only
off.
friends for
Only
that.
friends.
Only
that.
friend. So, the sideshow arts, right? I mean, to us here, it's something I think that's been in our lives for a while, right? But to most people, they're like, oh, this still happens. People are still doing this. Where did you, to go back kind of to where did you learn the strongman? Where did you learn the swords? Where did you learn, you're not at home hey, Ma, can you buy a
Yeah,
butcher
yeah,
knife?
yeah.
So I learned in Coney Island, and I just want to sort of comment on what you said, because this is not that I'm name dropping or throwing out the cool stuff but I was on the Jimmy Kimmel show when he was filming in Brooklyn. This is like pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And Billy Joel was the guest that night.
Oh, wow.
And so I walk out of the bathroom, and there's Billy Joel talking to like, 5, 6 people, his band, and he sees my T-shirt, Freak Show Coney Island.
Yeah.
Now he starts talking to me.
Yeah.
He says, Freak Show Coney Island, they still have those?
Yeah.
I said, Billy, we're your opening act. I mean, we're like opening the show tonight.
Yeah.
Swallowing swords and we got the snake charmer and the fire eaters, juggler, stilt walker. And now Billy Joel starts talking to me about his history within Coney Island. And his grandmother worked at Steeplechase, and they would come out there, and she'd give them rides. They were friends with all the kids on the block, and they would all go out to Coney Island. And then I feel like a grab like on my back. And like the segment producer like drags me out and is like, "You're not allowed to talk to Billy." I said, "He was talking to me."
Oh no!
Yeah.
He was talking to me. Go back to the cameras.
Yeah.
So that day she sequestered me in a room and
that's bullshit. Oh, that's like terrible, man.
Nobody puts Adam in a corner.
Yeah,
evidently they did.
Yeah.
And as I was walking away, Billy Joel, I just look at him and he just like kind of shrugs. I don't know. 'Cause, I mean, he was like engaged in the conversation. But I learned at Sideshow school.
Yeah.
And out of Coney Island. And it was really the what are called the working acts of the Sideshow. So it's sword swallowing and the blockhead, hammering the nail into your face, walking on glass, eating and spitting fire. There's a whole bunch more. And, I grew up in a neighborhood, and it really just kind of, it grabbed me as a kid when I went to the Sideshow and watched this. And then some, 15 years later to see them teaching it. And I took the class, learned how to do everything within the allotted time, spent about a year practicing and rehearsing and writing and scripting, and got up on stage, and it was like, all right, this seems to work. People dig it.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But the sword swallowing particularly is like, seems like the most dangerous thing.
That's
not most
be
dangerous.
pretty
They're all really
dangerous.
dangerous, but that's like super dangerous.
the sword swallowing is most dangerous for the sword swallower.
Yeah.
What? Of course.
The fire eater is the
More
most dangerous
for
for like everyone on
else.
the block.
I always, every time the fire comes out, I'm always like, exit.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
But I've also heard like Cyclone Jack say that like he burned the inside of his lungs like from the fire. Like there's all these things that happen from
any Sideshow performer that tells you that they've never been hurt is lying. Everybody's gotten hurt at some point.
Yeah, totally.
It varies from how bad of an injury to all right, that wasn't it was okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Or could have been worse. It could have been so much
worse.
worse.
I mean, unless you lay it in a coffin, it could have always been worse.
Always been worse. Yeah.
There's risk.
There's always
There's always going to be risk. But I think that's part of also like what makes it so exciting.
Well, that's, I mean, at the end of the day, why are you coming to see a sideshow? Why are you going to see a circus, a trap? There's that weird part of you that says, well, what if this is their last show?
That's crazy to think about.
Like, you don't want to say that. You don't want to think about it. But people really are going to this because of the dangers involved.
Yeah, or like the NASCAR. Remember when my dad used to take me to like the circle track, the demolition derby? Like we loved it because we were like, oh man, look at those guys crashing. They're gonna catch on fire and die.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
So there's that instinct in people that it's just like, I want to see that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that everybody is really trained and really professional.
And so many safety precautions.
Yeah. I mean, we won't let anyone on the stage that is not perfect at what they do. It just,
Well, that's what makes it so entertaining, is everybody's so good at it. And especially at the Sideshow, it's bam.
It seems like it's just like an old hat, but it's amazing. You know what I mean? To them, to the performers, where it's like, oh my God, they're about to swallow a sword, or she's walking on glass, like, ow, 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 but they just do it every day. It's easy.
Well, and look, it's our job to make it look easy.
Yeah.
And you're performers, there are days, nights when you're just not feeling it.
Yeah.
But you're up on that stage, right before you're on.
Yeah, but if I'm not feeling it, I don't have to put a sword in my mouth. My trumpet is like,
oh no, but
womp womp womp. Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
But as performers, you understand that, you can literally be dozing off 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
And you get on stage and it's just like, boom,
Yeah, it's right, right.
you're an animal.
Totally,
back in the
totally.
game.
You're absolutely right about that.
Just
sure.
like for our listeners a little bit, Adam, like let's just talk about the history of the Sideshow and the origins of like these key components of the Sideshow. Because I think that's like a huge piece of American history, right? I mean, this is something that originated in America. A lot of the acts are from other countries, but
it's Sideshow in and of itself is really an American tradition. It literally was the side show to the big show. I mean, the big show being the circus.
Yeah.
And there was the little tent that was the side show. And that was where you'd see the people that might not look like you or I, the born difference. You might see the self-inflicted performers. These are people that back in the day were heavily tattooed, heavily pierced, elongated necks. And then they had the working acts of the Sideshow. And that's the sword swallowers and the fire eaters and the, people walking on glass and whatnot, the blockheads and cigarette eaters and regurgitators. Now, the working acts are the ones that you can learn. I mean, like we did with the deck of cards. I mean, that's a working act. You practice that. Eventually, you'll get good enough to be able to you'll get strong enough, good enough, to be able to rip through a deck of cards. But I can't teach you how to have extra limbs or no. I mean, so those are the natural borns. And,
or Angie grow a beard.
I could do that.
You probably
I could do that.
You could do
actually.
that.
I definitely could. Watch out, just because you can't.
I can't.
There's always a job for you at Coney Island with that beard.
It's okay. It gives me a gorgeous head of hair too.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But expound on that. So the Sideshow performing those working acts. Was there? I know you said you went to the Coney Island school, but what were the performers? How were they learning back in? What years are we talking about? The original Sideshow.
The originals, late 1800s.
Yeah,
right. And the performers that I had seen in Coney Island back in the early mid 80s were really some of the last traveling old school carnival Sideshow performers.
What a great time.
That ended up in Coney. You had John Bradshaw, who was the outside talker at the time. And that was my absolute first experience with a Sideshow because I grew up in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So I'd walk on a boardwalk and one week is an empty storefront and the next week is banners and a guy outside on a little stage talking, and his voice just resonated. We're talking 40 years later, and his voice, his southern drawl. He was like a big, heavy guy with a ruffled tuxedo shirt. He was crazy. Busting through the shirt, and would just talk about the act that you're going to see on the inside, and. Paid the money, went in, and there was Melvin Burkhart, who was the original human blockhead. At that point, he seemed old. Yeah. And he was old at that time. Yeah.
I've seen pictures of him and I've read about him.
Yeah.
And he's like a legend.
Right. I mean, he was the one who really made the blockhead act, hammering nails, made it into a comedy act, made it into what everybody is doing, everyone's looking at Sideshows today. And Otis Jordan was the Human Cigarette Factory. On the Sideshows, he was billed as the Frog Boy. His arms and legs didn't work. They were ossified. And Michael Wilson, the illustrated man, covered head to toe with tattoos, we'll talk about him in a second, would wheel him up on the stage. And he did the act that Prince Randian did in the movie Freaks, where he would roll a cigarette using only his lips and tongue, then light the cigarette using only his hands and legs. His hands didn't work. And then he would talk a little about, what was up with him. Michael Wilson, the illustrated man, like a modern primitive. I mean, this is going back to, like I said, the 80s when, a neck tattoo was like, oh, this guy's badass.
Right, totally.
But he was covered head to toe in tattoo, and like no one looked like that back then.
Now everybody's got tattoos all over their body.
Exactly.
Now they get the neck tattoo first.
right. So these are the performers that were there. Like certainly Melvin and Otis Jordan that I remember as a kid that really stood out.
Yeah.
And, you know, it was just kind of watching this over the years, and the performers would change, and Jennifer Miller was out there, the lady with the beard.
Yeah, I remember Jennifer.
And Diane Falk, another sword swallower. And, you know, it was just this ever-changing cast of amazingness.
Yeah.
And when I saw they advertised sideshows, like on the internet, they didn't have internet in the 80s, really. You know, you can learn how to swallow swords and spit fire. It's like, oh, I got to do this.
Yeah.
But I had never really thought of performing at that point. I mean, you know, why am I, you know?
Yeah.
It was just something that I had an interest in.
Like
And
just for kicks.
it was like, I love this stuff. I'd love to know how to do it.
Yeah. What do you think it was that appealed to you about like that? Because it has its own aesthetic. It has its own like in your face energy. It's not like you're going into a space to see a show and it's like, you know, it's all not expected. It's like caustic. It's bam. It's like this is what's happening.
Visceral. And
It's like it's so.
Yeah, but if you weren't,
unique.
Adam, if you didn't think you were gonna perform, you just wanted, but you were just interested and you wanted to learn, just like to do for your friends, like
just for myself.
For yourself.
I mean, it was just. I guess what really drove me to was that, you know, they're going to teach you how to spit fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
That's
and, you know, little Gene Simmons over here. You know, like, This is all I'm picturing.
Yeah.
You know, just spitting a ball of fire.
Yeah.
And like the sword swallowing was really kind of for me anyway, a total afterthought.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, all right, well, I just want to know how to spit a fireball.
Yeah.
And
As you do.
I like it too. Yeah.
I mean, you better watch out with that hair.
Yeah,
So
very flammable.
Too much hairspray.
I got none. For me, it's easy.
I used to do it at the bar at St. Jerome's, but with 151.
Yeah,
No,
sounds really
it's like
great.
It was very dangerous.
I'll
what we
teach
were
you the
doing.
right way to
Yeah.
do it, so you can maintain the quaff. But that was really the thing. And then when we learned, it was over the course of like 2 weekends. And we learned, you know, the sword. So you're not using a sword, you're using something that's a lot more flexible.
Yeah.
So that should you actually get it down and you retch or bend, it'll bend along with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And okay, so we learn it over the weekend and now go home and practice. And in my mind, I'm not a competitive guy. I don't play sports. I don't watch sports. To me, it's you do something because you want to do it. Like I'll play golf. I don't keep. I have never kept a scorecard.
Yeah.
I don't care. I hit a couple of good balls.
Yeah.
I have a nice cigar, a couple of drinks. I'm good.
Exactly.
That's it. That's the score to me is absolutely nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, what if, it's now we have 5 days to practice for whatever it was, weekdays to practice. And what if I'm the only one who comes back next weekend and doesn't get the sword down? So it's flipping the switch. It's just, okay, I can do this. And I remember, the first time when I got the training implement down, it was like that, it went down just past the voice box. It felt like my voice box shifted, literally what felt like inches, but is really just the thickness of what is in essence a sword.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just pulled it out. Oh my, it freaked me out.
Yeah.
But then you process it and you say, well, wait a second, I just
You
did
just
it.
did it.
I just did it.
Yeah.
So now let me go a little bit further and let me convince myself that I can do this. And it just went down.
Wow.
And then we got back the next week and I think I was the only one who was able to do it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. But now over the course of teaching now I've been teaching Sideshow School for about 15, give or take 15, 16, 17 years already. And it was only recently that I was able to, I guess, get into people's heads, so to speak. Like I would teach sword swallowing and some people would get it quicker than others, but for the most part, it took people weeks to be able to get us anything down, training implement, sword, whatever it is. And over the last couple of years, I think I just kind of figured out, I'm not going to call it a hypnosis because it really is not, but it's just a very soothing way to ease them into that. And the success rate is like one after another,
That's amazing.
And it was like, wow.
Well, I'm sure there's like a certain way. I mean, like, I don't know. I see this a lot, like when, having a kid, like the kid's trying to explain, you're trying to explain them how to do something. There's a certain way to explain things that you have to kind of get out of the box when it comes to like the body and like even for sis at the dentist, like to drop their tongue. She's like, drop the tongue. And she's like, I'm like, no, I gotta pull it down, like in the back, relax it. It's a pillow. Think of your tongue as a pillow and somebody just put their head in it and now it's gonna drop down like a little, like you find these ways to explain it.
That's exactly it.
And then she's like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's against, like, to stick something down your throat and relax your throat is against, I would imagine, every natural response of the body.
That's correct. That it's your body does not want you to put something down there that doesn't belong.
Yeah.
We're talking about a sword.
Yeah.
And
just trying to survive over here.
right. And and that's really it. So it's a matter of really just flipping the switch up here. And when I teach it, I explain that it's very similar to quitting smoking cigarettes. If you've ever been a smoker, you've ever quit, it's mental and physical. The physical with smoking is the nicotine. You have that cigarette and the nicotine goes right up to you. Oh, this is, it doesn't matter how crappy your moments
great.
before. You feel amazing.
It's
It's cigarette. I love cigarettes. I haven't smoked a cigarette in years, but I love them.
Yeah.
And, then the mental part of quitting is your routines.
Yeah.
Now the nicotine flushes out of your body in days. It's the routines that will screw you up. I'm walking to the train and I need a cigarette. I'm getting out of the train. I'm going to meet friends. How can I go to the bar and not have a cigarette,
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part to break. So when it comes to swallowing a sword, it's mental and physical.
Yeah.
The physical is the series of gag reflexes that go from your mouth all the way into your stomach. But those will come easier.
How many are there?
There's, I don't know.
Or does everybody have different?
It's really kind of like the tongue,
Yeah.
the epiglottis, the
Yeah.
esophagus. I technically probably the sphincter, this one, and then into the stomach.
Yeah.
There might be another one or two that I'm missing. But those, like when I think about it, that's sort of the path, and every step of, when I teach it, people will sometimes just put it in the main, like, when I brush my teeth, if I put it too far back, I gag.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the trajectory of where everything will just sort of stop and retch and different places.
And you have to train that out.
You have to train that, but that's easy. It's the mental part. It's saying, well, wait a second now. I'm actually putting something down my throat. I'm shoving. And you're not shoving it. You're not forcing it. But in essence, you're thinking, I'm shoving something down my throat. I can't do this.
Yeah.
I mean, this year I'm trying out. I'm cubbing in for the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah.
Which means that I got to now psych myself into doing a dozen swims in ice cold freaking water. And, why at my age am I even dealing with this?
Because it feels so good. I've done it twice.
It does. It does. So I've been out there every Sunday morning.
Wow.
Since, I'll swim throughout the summer, but every Sunday morning since probably July or August. And except for the one where it was raining.
Yeah.
It was like that. We had that nor'easter.
Oh, yeah.
Not safe,
Yeah.
but, and I was out there just this past weekend, and the water's cold. I mean, but yet the transition from the land into the water now, you're talking pretty close. So if you can, adjust the air going into the water, it's cold for a second, cold for a couple of minutes, but you'll adjust. It's getting out. When the wind is whipping, that gets it. But why would I do this now? I want to see if I can.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it. It's just like another personal challenge, I guess.
I think the hardest part about it when I went was when my feet would go numb. That freaked me out so. Like, I would be like, I can't feel my feet. I can't feel my feet, and I'm walking on the beach, and I'm going to fall over, and I'm not going to be able to get up because I cannot feel my feet.
That was exactly it. 2 weeks ago.
You're trying to be cool.
Yeah, but no, there's no such thing as being cool when you're, in ice cold water. It's like survival.
That's hypothermia.
But no, I ended up getting those neoprene boots.
Yes, I saw everybody has them.
Those are great. And I was in there this past weekend for 25 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And again, we're not talking sub-zero, but it was cold. After about 20, it was hard to, put my fingers to my thumbs. So when you lose that dexterity, is when you know it's time to
get out.
Yeah.
And it was starting already to feel a little rough, and all right, it was time to get out.
That's crazy. I only did like 3 to 5 minutes, I think, and I was toasted.
I mean, everyone that's there says the first 90 seconds is the worst.
Yeah.
Once you adjust to that 90-second spot, it's just just go with it. Just let your body just.
I mean, like
go
I'm okay with the cold plunge after a hot sauna, but
No,
maybe
but
I'll
you
do
don't
it
understand
with you guys
because
this
the
year.
way that you feel.
I gotta do it
after,
once in my life.
When you get
should.
your feeling back in your limbs.
Yeah.
Like when I would be changed and like leaving, I would be like, oh my God, I feel.
Oh, it makes the weather outside better.
Euphoric.
Yeah.
You feel like I mean you just feel like your adrenaline. You feel like you've just ridden the cyclone without the whiplash. It's like you are flying so high. You feel so strong. Like it was.
So we're doing
your
it. It's
skin's
done.
I would do it
All right,
again.
we're doing it. I'll do it this year.
And what I find though, like again, the last few weeks that I've done it, I was in there for 25 minutes. Again, the air is not that cold.
Yeah.
But there's a feeling that you get throughout the day after, throughout that day.
It's amazing.
It's just a relaxed feeling.
Yeah.
It's just you feel
Peaceful.
so and like I never feel peaceful.
No,
I'm like,
same.
I'm
Me neither, Adam.
filled with rage.
Either,
and,
I know. I just trying to New
Welcome
York
to the
City
Rage
beating you
Club.
down.
That's what Southern Brooklyn will do to you.
Oh,
Exactly,
seriously, man.
exactly.
Seriously, but it's magical. I mean,
Exactly.
like, what an amazing place is Coney Island that you can go and do all these things that you can't do anywhere
Oh,
else with the group
love
of
it.
people that only exist in this space.
Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah.
So how did you go from, I'm just going to take some lessons because I just want to breathe a fireball, to I think this is going to be like my life. I'm going to work at the Sideshow and.
So, I mean, I had learned, like I said, I learned all of that, all the skills at Sideshow School. Spent about a year writing and scripting.
Yeah.
And there was an art opening in Red Hook that from the Sideshow banner painting class that I was invited to showcase at as a student of Sideshow School.
That's
The banner painting classes coincided with the Sideshow
cool.
School. And I did, everything that I learned. I mean, it was probably like vomiting up way too much stuff because you don't know how to edit at that point.
Yeah.
But that was really my first time on stage. And Little Brooklyn, who we all know,
performer.
did a painting at her painting was on display. Her Sideshow banner was on display, and she came up. Hey, I run Starshine Burlesque, and would you want to do an act or something?
So this is like early 2000s.
This is or very early 2000,
Yeah.
2001, somewhere around there. And I said, sure. I went down to check out the show. Great show, and and I did an act a couple of weeks late. It could have been I probably wasn't it could have been sword swallowing, but whatever it was an actor, And would want to come back next month. And that turned into, hey, would you want to host the show? And then you know how it just snowballs from there, So I was doing a bunch more burlesque while at the same time volunteering at Coney Island. So, hey, if you need me, I'm here. Mermaid Parade Day, can you help out doing this? Can you help out doing that? And then at a certain point, like the cast members knew that I was adept at the acts, at the feats. And, if they would call out, they would call me. Hey, Adam, I'm not feeling well. Can you fill in? Hey, Adam, I chipped my tooth, on a mouse trap. Can you? No, I'm not kidding. Can you fill in for the week while I get this repaired?
They were putting the mouse
They
trap
had the
in
mouse trap snap on their tongue and chip their front teeth.
Oh my god! Oh,
it hurts so bad.
And luckily I've never snapped my front teeth off.
Yeah, that's good.
But you've done the mousetrap.
But I do the mouse trap.
Yeah.
And so you again being on the Coney Island stage is great because you're doing so many shows over the course of a day, over the course of a weekend or a week, or however long you booked for, and you can it's a great opportunity to test out material.
Yeah.
Again, the acts were, even back then, 25 years ago, the acts were tight.
Yeah.
But the opportunity to be on that stage so many times a day, you throw out a line that, hey, that got a laugh, and then you write it down, but backstage. And, the movements and the actions And that was it. So
building your chops.
It's like those 10,000 hours they always talk about. Like, and you're doing that so much. That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, to the point where, with some 25 years later, not much has changed. I mean, now it's I can literally do it in my sleep.
Yeah,
wearing sunglasses on stage, the eyes are closed, the mouth is going, the body's moving. Yeah. I'm thinking about how long it's going to take me to get home. What cigar am I going to light up in the car when I'm riding home? It's that. I mean, that's a secret. But but it looks fresh.
It looks fresh.
Yeah, it's new to somebody.
New to somebody.
But we talk about what you had just said it too, like learning to self-edit. I think that's like a huge skill in performance, and that's like a great place to learn that too. It's like you got to chop out what's not working.
That's it.
And the more opportunities you have to present it, the more opportunities you have to chop.
And early on, you don't know.
No, you don't know.
I have 15 skills, and I'm going to put all 15 skills in a 45-minute show.
Yeah, totally.
You don't need that. I mean, it's hone it down, edit it down. Use what works, use what's strong. And, when you're building a show, you need to have like an arc. I mean, it can't all be, face punches. You got to have, some mellow time, some jokes, some audience, something,
That's 100%.
So I end up volunteering a lot, doing a lot of work with Coney Island, which then turned into, you got the Mermaid Ball, do you need an act? And sure, you can do an act, which then turns into me hosting the Mermaid Ball, which then turns into me producing the talent for the Mermaid Ball. It goes from Mermaid Ball to the fundraising galas.
Had you had experience in producing before, or was that just like, here, give it a go?
It was just,
it's all yours.
It was sort of like I've been to events, but this was really my first foray into production. And, I guess it started out as just booking entertainment. Okay, so I now procure the entertainment, burlesque and sideshow, magic and variety acts and stilt walking, whatever it is, which then moves to other things, more production end of things. And, really just for the Mermaid Ball, though, which I've had people work along with me over the years. But it becomes something that, like, you see what you like and you go to an event that is run well. Well, I need to do it like that.
Right.
And that's really it.
You take your cues.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
You figure it out. And I mean, most of the Mermaid Balls have been great. We've had a couple of duds, I mean, listen.
Happens to everybody.
Yeah, that's it,
That's what you learn from.
Yeah.
You learn from the duds.
Exactly.
Totally.
And you implement the changes.
That's it. When you can.
Yeah.
I mean, there are certain venues that we're done here.
Climbing up an avalanche.
Yeah, you just can't do it.
No.
But again, for the most part, it's only been good, and things have been progressing.
Yeah.
And then, I guess at the very tail end of COVID, they asked me to step in as the artistic director.
I was going to ask you how that all transitioned.
It was like probably an email or a phone call. There was obviously a bit of history, with the organization and the former artistic director, which we're not, we're not going to get into that. It's water under the bridge already.
Well, let's just talk about then just the history of the Sideshow. Like, when did the Sideshow open in Coney Island? Was that 80?
I mean, you're talking about the Coney Island circus, or are you talking about like the Dreamland circus?
No, the Coney Island circus Sideshow. Well, let's talk about like historically the Dreamland. Like, let's talk about like the early 1900s in Coney Island where all of this was going on.
So there were a number of sideshows within Coney Island going back well over 100 years. The Dreamland show being the biggest show. Dreamland was where the aquarium is now.
Right,
that was the plot of land that the aquarium was on. That the aquarium is on. Luna Park, the Luna Park houses is where Luna Park, the amusement park, was. Where the stadium is now. And I mean, even prior to Luna Park, you had a Sea Lion Park there. And right around that time was the Elephant Hotel, also on that property.
So I just want to point out one cool thing about Coney Island that I think people don't realize because you just don't think about it like this, and it's one of the things that I think has made it so cool, is that it was all these different entities, these different amusement parks. Like, it's not like Great Adventure or Disney World. On this tiny plot of land, you have all these different amusement parks owned by different families.
Right.
And like different, I think that's what makes it so cool, right? Like these were all different.
Because
but like this.
right, on a peninsula.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, when you look at and we didn't even finish, we had Steeplechase with a stadium is. Did I hit everyone? 1, 2, 3, and I'm missing one.
I forget.
Dreamland, you did Sea Lion.
Dreamland, Luna, Steeplechase. Well, what am I missing?
You did Sea Lion.
Maybe that was it. Well, all right. We're just gonna go with it.
We got it.
I'm having a senior moment here.
Oh yeah. Let me
you want to Google
we
it?
have something.
I think that was it, but
I think you got it.
I think we got it, but for some reason I don't know why I'm thinking 4, but I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
And then, so over the years, so at that point, right, again, we're talking, late 1800s, early 1900s, people would just buy up little parcels of land and develop those parcels of land into amusements. And, it was it's still to a certain extent, like that. Things changed about 15 years ago when things changed really before 15 years ago. But, in modern history.
Significant.
That's when, that was like the biggest significant change. Steeplechase, the demolition of Steeplechase in the early 60s was another big change within the neighborhood. You had Fred Trump, our president's father, who came in, bought the property with the hopes of putting apartments all along that stretch. And luckily that didn't happen. You got Robert Moses, who shifted the boardwalk, and he hated Coney Island. But, back in the day, just to circle back to the question, there were sideshows dotting all over
And there were burlesque
Island.
shows too, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, vaudeville and sideshow and burlesque. You had the Henderson's Music Hall, which was on Stillwell Avenue.
Did they have shows at the Shore Hotel too? Was it like, or was that not really like a show place? Was it
The
people
theater.
just
It was a
the
movie
Shore
theater.
Theater, the movie theater.
Movie theater, but they probably did. I can't say concretely.
Yeah.
You see, there was live entertainment. I mean, look, Dreamland really hosted recreations of historical, things.
Yeah.
So they would recreate a flood.
Yeah.
Like you go to what's the place in Vegas where they do the
Bellagio?
pirate show.
Oh yeah, the Treasure Island.
That's what
Like
they were
spectacle.
doing 100 years ago.
Yeah.
They would do like a whole Treasure Island show. Where they would sink land and ships and what
It was supersized.
And it was mind blowing when you think about it. It's well over 100 years ago. And if one amusement park boasted that they had 100,000 electric, because electricity was just invented then, the other amusement park would put in 100,001. Just to outdo the other guy.
It keeps everybody on their toes.
That's it.
Exactly. Keeps it fun.
Yeah, and then by the 50s, 60s, I mean, our building. So Coney Island, USA, we're actually the oldest landmarked building in the amusement district.
Which you just got the landmark status.
We
were there.
We had the status going back a number of years, but we just got the plaque.
You finally got the plaque.
We were there for the
plaque.
You guys
got the plaque in the ceremony.
You were celebrating with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know it was cool. The electeds came out.
That was exciting to see.
It was a joyous day. Certainly a joyous day after the defeat of this casino.
Yes,
which was
100%.
another incredible joyous
thing.
day.
No, absolutely.
Because Coney Island is so important. I mean, like, I didn't grow up in New York, you know what I mean? But it's such an important thing that even before I knew you, before we had a child, I was in Coney Island hanging out. I just love it's just the coolest place in the world, man.
We had some of our early dates in Coney Island.
Dates in Coney Island, it's just the most beautiful place on earth. I love it. And I love it every second.
It was, growing up, knowing that there's something unique about your backyard, so to speak,
Yeah.
But I couldn't put my finger, like I knew that it was cool. I'd walk around a neighborhood, see these old buildings, they're all burnt out, but they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
You know, the architecture, you know, even again, back in the 70s and 80s, you didn't see architecture like that except
it's beautiful.
in this area,
Yeah.
you know, and everything was all burnt down, graffitied up, but there was something that was just so eerily cool about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what really drew me in, you know, and then seeing the Warriors on TV.
Oh,
Yeah,
of course.
You know, I mean, like
What's cooler than cool?
Right,
Yeah.
and first time seeing the movie on, like, it was like Channel 11 or something, you know? The opening scene with the Wonder Wheel, it's like, wait a minute, that's like down the block.
That's my
And
neighborhood.
then they're showing
yeah.
trains
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
train station. And then at the end, you know, whole Coney Island, and it's like, I know where every one of these
Yeah.
places is.
No, totally. It's so magical.
You know, your little, you know, 12-year-old mind is blown. And it's just like, all right, there's something cool.
Yeah,
about
Oh,
like,
100.
I
Well,
do
like,
live in a cool place.
What I love
You know,
about
I
it
knew
too is like you talk about all these different amusements and like all these things popping up in the competition, like among them too. And like this is why I love Coney Island, because it's a place for innovation and it's a place for figuring things out, right? Like I started in Coney Island. Like I wanted to be an actress, I wanted to be a dancer. I wasn't getting auditions. I went out and danced on the boardwalk and everybody started clapping for me. And I was like, I think I'm gonna come here now. I think I'm gonna hang out here and do my show on the boardwalk. And the Sideshow is where I
And
got
you
started
did.
producing my burlesque
Yeah.
shows. And I had no idea what I was doing. And I did the punch in your face for the entire show. We did like 300 numbers. We were just blasting through it. But that's where I honed.
But you learn.
Yeah.
And look at you now. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, top of the food chain here
Yeah.
at Burlesque. So, you know,
Eat them up. No,
that's it.
I'm so thankful for those opportunities. And I think like you look historically, it provided those opportunities and still now it does.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it really does. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, certainly our space as an arts organization. I mean, you pitch me an idea. If we can remotely do it, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I want to give everybody the opportunity to do what they do, you know, and again, it doesn't have to be polished. It can be rough, but the end goal is to make it as polished as it can be.
No, and I love
know?
that. And is that like one of your directives as the creative director is to bring in new programming, refresh old programming.
Yeah.
When we were just out there the other day, we were sitting like on the side and looking at all the new banners that you had done. And
Yeah,
how it's like
beautiful.
just something as simple as like a different color scheme to the typical
Yeah, the red
Sideshow
and
banner.
black ones we loved.
Yeah.
They're red and black.
Yeah.
Oh, right. The
That
new
were
ones
never.
that
Yeah.
That was
Pat
not
did, yeah.
like a typical color palette for
Yeah.
those banners, but and all the little details
And
in
they're
there,
sexy.
like
And
super
They're
sexy.
very sexy.
So it's you know, like when Pat had emailed us. Pat Redding Scanlon is the artist that did that series, and she had emailed us. Lori, our general manager, our house manager, Pat's our house manager. She knew Pat from years ago. I don't know that there was much contact, but they knew each other. Pat had emailed offering something for an auction, and we weren't doing an auction at that time, but I had looked at her work and I'm like, wait a minute, I have like albums that she's done the covers for.
Oh, that's so
Wow.
cool.
And it's like, I know her work. We've got like a zillion mutual friends. You know, like the whole East Village
of course.
rock and roll scene. You know, she's tapped into that. You know, I'm back when there was an East Village rock and roll scene. And, you know, aging myself.
You know,
Aging us all. We're all right there with you, Adam.
And, you know, so I had called her and said, look, we're not doing an auction, but I know your work. I love your style.
Yeah.
I'll find something for you. And we had a nice talk. You know, that was it. And like I had the epiphany, like a week later, it's like, wait a minute, I got to clean up this whole area.
Yeah.
I need 7 banners. And I called Pat back and she's like, I never thought I'd hear from you again. She's like, I thought you would totally blow me off.
Wow.
But yeah, I can do it and I'll do it. And that was it.
That's amazing.
And it was, so, you know, it comes time to I dropped off the canvas at her house and I want you to look at the sketches. And I said, listen, I don't need to see the
Yeah.
sketch. I
Yeah.
mean, if I'm asking you to do work, I know your work, I know your style.
What you do.
Right.
You're going to work better if I'm not going to scrutinize.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she forced me to look at the work. And it was literally like one of these, all right, this, great, check. Her husband comes down. We end up listening to records for like 2 hours. And, you know, Pat was sitting with my wife in the kitchen having coffee.
That's awesome.
So, you know, it was one of those situations where like, this is great. And I'm just going to go hang out with your husband now. And,
Yeah.
you know, just, you know, just hang out. And but that's, when it comes to like the graphic art, if I'm asking you to do something, I trust your aesthetic. The big banners that we have on the facade of the building on 12th Street, we had one meeting, a Zoom meeting, on just color palette, on sizing, the size of the letter, size of the bullet. Like a traditional Sideshow banner has different elements. You've got the ribbon, which is the advertising the name of the act, the bullet, which is always that circle, alive, real, and the border, which is really just kind of the framing around the banner. And we agreed, okay, let's all stick to a similar color palette. The letters should be 1.5 foot long so you can see them from the train. The bullet should be, 2 foot big so you can see, Now go and do and just bring me back a finished banner.
Yeah. Are there people that get like sensitive, like Sideshow historians, or people who are like dyed in the wool? It has to be this way. You have to use these colors. It's not this if it's not that. That kind of like get pepped up. Like you can't do that.
There are, but we're moving into, we're moving forward.
Well, we say this all the time with a lot of the guests we've had. It's like it's a recurring thread of like respecting the tradition, but taking it forward.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's like a reoccurring theme in all of these.
And that was it. Like every banner has the ribbon, the border, the bullet.
Yeah.
Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Like Pat's non-traditional, sexy,
but
it looks so traditional too.
It maintains the integrity of an original Sideshow banner, but it's completely postmodern.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's like all the art that we do. Even the colors on a lot of these, are not traditional Sideshow colors.
Right, it's not that yellow.
Right, yellow and orange and red.
Right.
The royal blue.
Punch in the face, punch in the face, punch in the face.
That's it. I mean, let's just move this.
Yeah.
And even the show that we're doing isn't necessarily a traditional Sideshow. I mean, it's certainly not a 10-in-1, 10 acts for one price. We're not doing 10 acts. We're not doing a grind.
Which was the tradition. The
that
old
was a
school
tradition, right? But we're maintaining, some of the essence, a lot of the essence of the traditional Sideshows. We still have the bally in front,
Which is the person out there. Come on in. You can't see us anywhere else. Like, what? Do you need somebody?
I'm available. I think we can hone that a little bit.
Hey, you.
Might have yourself a summer job here.
We'll work on it, man. I thought you could have her.
Hey,
you could have her every
all summer.
All summer long. Take a sis would go with you. She would love that.
Sis will take the job. She'll be good.
Sis loves. We've had her past like 3 birthday parties at the Coney Island Sideshow, and it's just such an important thing for her to see what we grew up loving and just
what's been so inspirational. I have a video of her and all of her friends up in the museum, which on the second floor is this museum, which I love so much. It's so beautiful. It's so well curated. It's so peaceful up there. But she's like giving tours, like she knows something.
Yeah.
I literally have this video, and she's like, "Hello, welcome to the Coney Island Museum. Please follow me."
That's so
I am literally like, oh my God, but it makes me so happy. And it made me so happy, especially this birthday, that they got to go up there because they were all just so into it. And to see these like 9, 10, 11-year-olds like just eating up this history that is so cool and so fun and like being into it.
I mean, these are Brooklyn kids.
Yeah.
And the kids really don't, the kids' parents don't necessarily know the history of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So now we've got a docent and an outside talk.
Yeah.
So I think we're set this season.
We've got the cast.
And he could
do the fire.
Right, once I teach him.
I got to do the right one, not with the 151. We were crazy. We'd pour the 151, light the bar on fire, and then I would just put it in my mouth, dip my fingers in the thing, and
that's
you're not passing. You're failing class.
We were just kids.
Yes.
But back to but I wanted to say too that like it's bringing like all the parents of the kids to these birthday parties at the school. Some of them have been in New York their whole lives, didn't even know that all of this stuff is still going on.
Which I can't even understand.
And I can't even understand that how people don't know or how they don't know that like they got to go out there and check it out.
That's our PR. We need.
No, it's not. That is not, Adam. That is not the case.
But everybody's heard of it, right? So everybody's like, "Oh, Coney Island, yeah." And I'm like, how can you
say you've heard of Coney Island and not
that's
go.
not gone, and you live here. You
I mean, you
don't.
just jump on the F train.
It amazes me.
It's amazing.
How many local people. You know, I guess they think, when was the last time you were at the Statue of Liberty? I haven't been to
Oh,
the
no,
Statue
I
of
never-
Liberty in
No.
40-something years.
Yeah,
But
you
that's-
But you
Not
think
so
you associate it with a tourist place.
Yeah,
You know,
I
the
guess
tourists
so.
are going to go to Coney Island,
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
so much real in Coney Island.
Oh,
It's my
it's the
favorite
best,
thing about
man.
it.
It's the
most
best place in New York.
authentic thing,
Yeah.
man. Well, I want to talk about something else that I love about Coney Island is you guys do tons of cool programming, right? We talked about the Sideshow. We talked about the Side Shot. La, 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 la. We talked about the Sideshow School. But I want to talk about the Burlesque at the Beach series and its history with the Tirza's Wine Bath because this is the longest running burlesque show
Burlesque series
In the world.
entire world.
in the world.
Yeah.
So it's been running since what?
We just wrapped, was it the 26th or 27th season?
I think it's the 27th.
It might be.
She was a good amount ahead of us all.
I see the 25th anniversary poster,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that was 2 years
2
ago,
years
3
ago or
years
last year.
Right. So,
And Tirza's Wine Bath was a show that used to happen in Coney Island.
that was
a
like
burlesque show.
Friday nights,
Yeah.
and then I from what I understand, because I was like a
Yeah.
little kid that not supposed to be looking at burlesque, so I
Yes.
didn't. But
So
I
you didn't?
I didn't. Was
You. That's
good
good.
in some areas.
That was good.
Looked at it with one eye open.
But I think Tears' like estate,
Yes.
or it could have been Tears. I don't know if she was around or the estate. Had like the cease and desist.
Yes.
So it had to shift to Burlesque at the Beach.
Yes, but there still is, or was at least when I was doing it, the ceremonial wine bath.
Yes.
At the end, where they would bring out this plastic bathtub
It was
and
the snake bath.
fill it with
The bath
jugs
for
of
the
Fossy
snakes.
Rossi. Yeah, I just remember then these giant jugs of Fossy Rossi red wine or
Fossy
whatever it was.
Rossi.
I don't know what it was
Yeah,
called.
like these like the big
Oh,
jugs.
yeah.
Yeah, like
And it would burn. Like if you just shaved your legs that day, you were like, ah.
I mean, we don't see too many wine baths now. Like if you're going to do a wine bath at the end of the show,
Yeah.
like we have to know in advance.
It's a lot of
and-
preparation.
it's a bit of
It's a lot of
prep.
cleanup.
It's a bit of prep.
I just remember
take the
sitting in
snakes
there.
out, you gotta
the whole
get
cast
that,
would be
you know.
in there. Murray would be pouring jugs of red wine on top of us, and we would be like, "Ow."
We had a couple of wine baths at the end,
Yeah.
this past season. Yeah.
Oh man.
But so that's every Friday night during the season.
Every Saturday night
Saturday?
is Burlesque at the Beach, and some Friday nights.
Okay.
So it's every, again, with the shifts, we wanted to bring in some other programming. So, we have a drag program now.
That's great.
We have the Cemetery Cinema, which we do on Friday nights.
love
Baron
that.
is right. He shows old movies.
I can't wait. I got to get a
Yeah.
Friday off one of these because
I know.
I work every Friday. But when I'm one of these days,
You'll get out there.
I love the horror movies. Are so fun, and then the movies that you guys are playing look amazing.
Yes, so Burlesque at the Beach is every Saturday, and then if we have to fill in, on a Friday, because there's so many more producers than we
Yeah.
have nights.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I know it's competition
Yeah.
to get those nights.
it's rough. I mean, like Bambi has done a killer job every season. I mean,
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm so grateful and thankful.
Bambi the Mermaid.
Yeah,
is a
let's talk
treasure.
about
Yeah.
Bambi the Mermaid
Bambi
a little bit, just because
is-
she is just she was at our show on Friday.
Yeah, Bambi was
and
at
I
our
didn't
show
even
on
get to,
Friday.
I didn't even get to say hello to her. I didn't know we had legendary, and she's married to the guy from Guar, which is even cool. It's just,
Oh, yeah.
Chuck's great.
Yeah.
Chuck is fucking amazing.
And Chuck makes the coolest things. I remember at the benefit 2 years ago, he was like the big orca.
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
was
like
eating
a-
people.
yeah.
And he ate Sissy.
Yeah,
So
that
good.
was
he,
so good.
I was like, oh my god, he makes
So
the most
good.
amazing
Yeah.
things.
Oh man, no, they're just
I mean, I don't. My mind is blown with all that.
Yeah.
No.
But but Bambi has just rocked it.
Oh, she's at
with
Coney Island,
legend,
just a legend.
total
Yeah.
legend. And so she books produces the series, and is, like I said, every year has just outdoes herself year after year after year.
What does that season run from? How, like, because you guys go into much more into the colder weather months than you used to.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean, we sort of like the season. Our season has somewhat evolved. I guess with my direction, let's say. We do festivals leading up to Memorial Day.
Okay.
So traditionally the neighborhood open, when I say the neighborhood open, the neighborhood's open year round, but the amusement's open traditionally Palm Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So
I remember.
that's when, with a blessing of the rides. Luna Park's been opening a couple of weeks earlier. But we go with Wonder Wheel. We go with the blessing of the ride, the blessing of the Wonder Wheel, which is Palm Sunday. And that's when we'll run the sideshow that day. And then for the next month and a half, depending on when it falls out, we try and book sort of destination events.
Right.
So, I think people associate the sideshow with the warmer weather, with the summer.
Of course.
So up until Memorial Day, we'll do these festivals. So we're working on an emo burlesque fest, which would be its second year already. And it was great. I mean, people, they dig all of that. I mean, I'm like the old guy, emo. I don't even know what that is. You cry and you listen to punk rock. I mean, is that,
I think that's what it is.
I've just been writing a lot
so
lately.
you're not beating someone's face in anymore. You're crying. All right, it shows you how old I am.
Just tears.
What would the Ramones say about it?
Exactly.
They had a couple of emo songs.
But
they might cry about it.
right, questioningly. But anyway,
that's a good one.
that was a good one. And I was like, that was kind of like country for the Ramones. Anyway, so we got that. We pushed the film fest to spring. Lady I ran a book fair last year.
That's great.
So, we try and do these destination type things so that people come out for the day, spend a day, let's say, for example, at the book fair, and then it culminates with a show at night. Like a themed show.
Yeah, for sure.
Reading
Something that
is
fits
fundamental,
in.
right?
Yeah, reading
So,
is fundamental.
for example. So we do a series of those, and then we run the season from Memorial Day, weekends only, through late June.
Okay.
Really kind of once schools end and things are,
Everything's free.
and then we'll do 3 or 4, it's usually 3 days a week. Where we the last couple of years we were dark Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It's kind of quiet out there. And so the Burlesque at the Beach series opens Memorial Day weekend, sometimes a weekend before, depending, on what we're doing, and runs all the way through early mid-September. It usually culminates with the Miss Coney Island pageant,
which is a big one.
Is I mean,
this has grown so much.
We sold out this past year in 15 minutes.
That's amazing.
Wow, that's
15.
crazy.
It was like tickets went on. We had to issue tickets are going to go on sale at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, right.
Get ready, and
you're not going to get them.
This is like, unbelievable. It was like they sold faster than a Rush concert.
Yeah.
All right,
and I'm sure you guys get a bunch of people. Like the competition is probably pretty fierce too. Like in terms of how many people you can take as entrants and like.
I mean, Bambi handles it all. I think it's 10 contestants, and
it's quite a waiting list.
I don't know how Bambi works that.
Yeah.
But that is all her, and bless her for
and you
it.
don't need to know.
I don't need to. I don't want to.
I don't want to know.
I sit there up in a sky booth watching, and it's like, oh, this is amazing.
It's so much fun.
And the contestants, every year, just really
so creative.
are so over the top and creative, and they're always out doing it, not in a bad way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the creativity and the essence of what Coney Island is that really translates.
And it's like you say competition and people get certain ideas. Like I think this is one of those competitions that's like people aren't, backstage cutting each other's dance shoes. It's a really encouraging space. Like everybody's rooting for each other. It's like, of course, everybody wants to win, but it's not like
no Nancy Kerrigan.
nobody's gonna get Nancy.
Too soon on
Tanya
that,
Harding did it.
Achilles heel.
Wasn't Nancy Kerrigan? She was the recipient.
She got her knee busted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, none of that.
None of that. Whatever it is, none of that.
None of that. It's all love. But like, let's talk about the grand dame of the things that you guys do. The Mermaid Parade. I think this is something that like everybody knows about. Like around the world, Everybody's heard about it. It's a huge event.
But it wasn't always like that, though, right? Like when you were doing it, like was it
Well,
always a big? I mean, I know it was always a big deal, but like
it's grown.
It's grown tremendously, right?
over the years.
Yeah.
I think the first one I did, we just showed up and jumped on the roof of an old Cadillac and rode down Surf Avenue.
Right.
Yeah.
I was at some of the earliest parades as just a kid from the neighborhood who, saw the poster and it's like, Mermaid.
I'm going.
I'll go look at that.
Yeah, totally.
And,
there's no burlesque, right? Well, you go to that. Yeah.
Right, because it's during the day.
There's still plenty of
There's
burlesque
still plenty of
there.
burlesque.
You can see
there.
boobies during the day.
During
You
the
just can't
day.
go at night.
Exactly.
It's in the street.
It's
you don't
different.
have to pay for it.
It's just different.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I was at like some of the earliest parades, and there were, probably more people marching than there were watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And over the years, it exploded.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
It is wild.
And I
It's
mean,
wild.
now it's beyond.
Yeah.
I mean, people come in from all over the world
Oh, yeah.
to watch, to march, to sit on the judges' stands.
To create these huge, amazing floats or
Yeah.
these whole giant presentations and these dances.
I think one of the bands this year, one of the marching bands, I'm not going to say
Right,
the name.
there's huge marching bands in it.
I think they had like 300 people
Wow.
in the and they're all synchronized. I mean,
Yeah.
how does someone a half a block away
Know what you're playing?
what's going on up there.
Get it.
Exactly.
But they put on these spectacles, and
so cool.
what's so great about it is it's about the people that are marching.
Yeah.
It's about the people that are the creative forces and that share their creativity with us at the parade.
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of this. It's where else but Coney Island can you see something like
I mean,
this?
and I think that's the whole the solidifying factor of all this is like that's what Coney Island is. It's what it's for.
Right.
It's to
the
bring people
people.
together
It's
for
people's
the people.
playground.
It's the
Yeah,
people's
that's
playground.
it.
Exactly.
I like the
pride.
kids. Like
Yeah.
I've always loved the kids at the Mermaid Parade because the kids in the parade and the kids on the sideline.
Yeah.
Like, their minds are just being blown. And
Yeah.
there's so much creativity. There's so many different kinds of sea creatures.
Yeah.
Like the themes. Like it's so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's a magical place.
And I mean, I miss more than half the parade.
Of course.
like my first
Yeah.
parade, the board of directors said, "Oh, so what are you going to do for the parade?" I said, "Well, I'm just hoping to be on the judges' stand.
Yeah.
Shaking babies and kissing hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. And getting
And,
bribed because that's another
right.
thing that I
and
love.
they're like, "No,
about
you got to
that.
march."
Yeah.
And I'm.
Did you march?
I march every year. I lead the parade.
Oh, that's
now.
right. You have
Yeah.
to.
I have
right.
to.
Yeah.
So I've amassed an army of drag queens that march
right.
with me up in the front.
Perfect.
And,
Amazing.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta
gotta
do
do
it with
it.
drag queens.
There's only one way to
But wait,
do
what
it.
were you? Go back to the bribes. What were you talking about? Bribes.
Oh, well, you bribed
the
the judges.
tradition.
You bribed the judges.
The
Oh, that's the
tradition is,
tradition. I didn't know this.
there's
Yeah.
you win prizes. There's trophies that you
Right.
can win in the parade.
Okay.
Like the best flow.
Right,
like-
best King,
Yeah.
King
Yeah.
Neptune, Queen Mermaid,
Yeah.
best kids
Yeah.
awards and stuff
but it's a tradition.
to bribe the judges.
The judges stand,
Are
which
you
you
going
stop
to be a
in
judge?
front
Because
of.
I'd love to put a bribe in for her to be queen of the parade. I got. Is
Listen,
it a cash
I'm
thing or is it
available.
like cigars?
I'm available. Tell me what it is. I'm available.
I have cigars. I have cash.
I get
I have
bribed
all.
cheap.
Look at her blushing. She really wants it.
Of course I do.
really
Isn't
wants
it?
it. Look at
Everybody
that.
wants that. Everybody wants this.
Adam, we'll talk about it after. Whatever
Everybody
you need to
wants
make that
this.
happen, I'll take
We'll
a
work this. We'll work this.
blank check.
But I don't want it if I have to get bribed into it.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, shut up.
Look
I'm
at that
just
acting.
kidding.
Look at that
Stop
acting.
This was not a setup, Adam.
They brought me here.
They brought me here.
Now lock the door.
Now you just can't leave.
Exactly.
You bribe the
Exactly.
judges. People bring beer. People bring
Beer,
treats.
booze, mushrooms.
things,
anything. All right.
and you
yeah.
put it out in front of the judges' stand.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
And
to win
it's
the
all-
trophy.
and it's all legal.
And it's
Anything
I mean
goes.
mushrooms. I don't know how legal that is.
Weed now is fine.
Weed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Oh, there's shiitake.
Yeah,
There's
there's
those
shiitake
those are
mushrooms.
shiitake
Correct.
mushrooms.
But yeah, so it's and that's like that. It's become a tradition
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
bribing the judges.
Yeah.
Bottles of booze.
Yeah.
I mean, one year they brought like a 10-foot hero sandwich.
that's a good one.
It's a good one if it wasn't so
Everybody's
hot
good.
out.
Yeah.
You can eat mayonnaise and
Yeah.
Oh
That's
God, like
actually,
hot
that's
ham,
dangerous.
Yeah.
hot mayonnaise and
shouldn't
ham
eat
on
that.
the thing.
Botulism.
It could have been sitting there for a long time.
Case of White Castle burgers.
Do you guys have a date yet?
June 20.
All right.
Nice.
June 20.
June 20th, the Mermaid Parade.
Mermaid Parade.
I love it.
Well, so
47th annual?
are you
47 years?
serious?
I was just doing, I think.
Wow.
Maybe it's 46.
It's definitely in the 40s.
Yeah, mid to upper 40s already. I think it's, I don't remember. I was literally sitting there earlier today, taking notes on the decks and whatnot, making corrections from last year, and you'd think I'd remember.
No, I think I'd remember a lot of things,
46 or
and I don't
47.
remember. Well, let's talk about this because this is huge, and this just happened, and you rocked it so hard. We mentioned it a little bit earlier, the casino proposal. There was this huge proposal in Coney Island to create this hideous, gigantic casino, Thor Equities. It got turned down, thankfully, due to tons of community activism, which you were at the forefront of. I mean, this had to be scary, right?
This was, we gave them a Brooklyn beatdown. We whooped their ass.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what it was.
Yeah.
People didn't want it. They were resorting to shady tactics.
So shady.
Oh, they were it was insane to see everybody getting paid off to
Paying people, dealing
Lying.
with sleazy lobbyists. And when you bring it back to the community, again, the Coney Island community has a lot of different parts, and a lot of different people and a lot of different types of people and a lot of different businesses. And when you break it down, the majority of these people did not want a casino in their neighborhood. They just didn't. And, we made that abundantly clear. And when it came down to it, the electeds heard us.
Yeah.
And I mean,
but that's a tremendous amount of work. I mean, it's, these companies have money. They're paying people to go out there and be community spokesperson and to go here and to talk to these people and to hold these meetings. And hey, come here, I'm going to give you a t-shirt and some ice cream if you come to this meeting.
Right.
For the people, the community itself, that's people taking time out of their days. That's people traveling, taking days off of work, showing up and doing it because they care. That's hard to amass.
I mean, it was literally, so I mean, what it came down to is people who have, donated paper and, ink cartridges and tenacity. And we were able to take down people who were getting paid $10,000 a week. A week.
That's insane.
To promote a casino.
Yeah.
Which would have just been...
Oh, just terrible.
It's inconceivable for me to think that someone would say, hey, let's build this giant casino over all of this historic land. Let's use public streets for private interest.
Right. That's what it boils down to. It was an ill-conceived concept at the best of times. But again, let's go back some 15 years when the developer started buying out all these parcels, and sat on them.
Yeah.
To
this day.
Still sits on them. He destroyed 2 historic buildings on Surf Avenue and 12th Street. Right around there was the Grasshorn building, which was at the time the oldest building in Coney Island. It wasn't landmarked, otherwise he wouldn't have been able to tear it down. And the Coney Island Bank building. So these were 2 buildings on what is in essence the same property now that he allowed to just rot and fester to the point where he had to tear them down.
Yeah.
So now what do we have in exchange? We have a rat-filled lot.
Yep.
I mean, it literally is you go there at dusk and you'll just see parades of rats. And, they put up these sheds, what do they call these, shipping containers with eateries. It's not good.
No.
And the idea, I guess, now that we've defeated this casino, the idea is to make an effort. Now, I don't know that it's going to work to revert the zoning back.
Really?
I'm hoping that it works. And I don't know really what's involved in that. But there's been talk to try and get that done so that it's, the amusement district is limited to amusements.
Yeah, well, I love
Nothing
that.
else.
Councilmember Brannon seemed pretty energized after all of this to really committing to that anything that's going to happen in Coney Island is going to be true to its past, while honoring the future.
He hosted a town hall meeting just about a week after, maybe it was a week and a half after the Community Advisory Committee voted the casino down, hosted it in Coney Island, and it was a forum to get up and share what you, as a Coney Island resident, as a business owner, as someone who goes to Coney Island, what would you like to see there? And I mean, there were a lot of great ideas. And again, it was a lot of residents, a lot of people from the West End who would like to see a better Mermaid Avenue, which is really the main shopping strip,
of course,
for the residential area. You had amusement people advocating for the different lots within the amusement district to be cleaned up, to be developed, but developed in a way that would be cohesive with the rest of the amusement district.
Do you think that that's even something that's possible when you look at his history in the neighborhood and what his intentions?
For him, no, because he would have done it already.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, if there was any interest, he would have taken care of that.
Yeah.
He would have done it 10 years ago, 15 years ago. He didn't. So at this point, what do I see? What would I like to see? I'd like to see an eminent domain situation.
Yeah.
The city just takes the land. I mean, obviously they have to buy it.
Yeah.
And offer it to the people who are working within the neighborhood.
Yep.
Let, the Vorderas family who operate the Wonder Wheel.
Yeah.
Who just put up the Phoenix roller coaster.
Yep.
Let them work, to develop amusements within
to make it
certainly,
the way it used to be, or to keep that history alive,
and in a family-owned business.
Yeah, and a family-owned business.
I mean, they are just the nicest, most sincere people, the best neighbors to have.
Oh yeah, they're wonderful.
Yeah, they really are.
I love that.
They really are.
I hope so too. I think something like that needs to happen because I think he just wants the long game to sit on the land until everybody gives up. Or
that's it. And then you know what? Put up your apartment buildings.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to let that happen.
I hope not.
Well, I think that's an amazing solution and something that I hope that happens. And I would encourage everybody who's listening to follow you guys on Coney Island USA so that you can stay in the know on what's going on. Because with this casino, that was one of the things that I felt that was most important that people didn't know. Yeah. And I'm like, how can you not know about this? It's like all I'm thinking about, everybody's talking about it, but it's a big city. There's so much going on. So people need to follow you guys on social so that they can stay aware and jump in when you need to jump in. And also just stay aware so you can come out and participate.
Come and hang out. Come party in Coney Island. It's the best place ever.
Yeah, there's so many great things. It's an opportunity.
I want a hot dog right now.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Well, speaking of things we all love, because we all love Coney Island, you guys both have something in common.
Adam, I know you love cigars, so I brought you a nice
look at that.
Arturo Fuente. Angie, you hand it over.
There we
go. There we go.
Oh, nice.
I know. We still haven't got to smoke one together in a long time, but we got to do one of these days. We got to sit down. I have a vision of
you guys sitting out on Surf Avenue smoking cigars.
That's what I did at
folding chairs.
We do it on. I do the folding chair sometimes on Surf, but I've carved out my little cigar lounge, which is the sort of that indoor-outdoor area on 12th Street with those
red posters we were talking about.
I'll sit there and hold court. With my cigars.
I love that.
That's my office.
He sent me a picture of him smoking a cigar out there last time we were out there.
That
was that delicious David off Maduro.
Yes.
That is Fuente. This is. I just picked up 2 boxes of Fuentes. Actually, I got the Hemingway signature and the
delicious sticks.
The Casa de Fuente, I think.
Yeah. Casa de Cuba.
I don't remember.
Or Casa de Fuente. What is it?
I don't remember which one it was.
Casa de Delicious.
Fuente makes the best. I love the
Fuentes are amazing. You cannot go wrong. Everything that they do is absolute gold.
Always a quality.
We have to go
a lot
to the
better
cigar
than
lounge.
the nickel cigars our grandparents smoked.
Well, there's a time and a place.
I was gonna say.
But you want to get you put something good in your mouth. Put a Fuente.
Put a Fuente. Make sure it's a Fuente.
That's the new ad campaign.
Carlito's gonna call you. You're gonna get a fucking. That's gonna be in there.
All right, I'm gonna get.
Can we do the game?
All right, let's do the game.
All right. Here we go. You don't need to get up. Where are you going?
I won the prize already.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm so used to going and getting the wheel. I forgot that it was.
All right. So let's start off. So you want to get to the game?
Yes. Let's get to the game.
Get to the game.
All right. So you're gonna have to be the spinner.
Okay.
Okay. Now I just want you to know in case you need any.
Spinner or spinster?
Yeah. So Adam, at every game. Adam, at every showing off, we like to play a game, and we tailor that game to our guest personality. So when you were coming on, I said, I know exactly what we're going to do. We're going to keep this really Coney Island. And so I made the Surf Avenue spinner, as you can see here.
Look at that.
This is basically a game like you would see on the Bowery. Brian, can you turn it this way a little bit? Because Adam needs to see my artwork. And if you do need anybody to do any banner work for you in the future, you can see that I have some really great art skills.
I see the manatee.
Yeah.
Remember?
We're just going to move this up.
That's a sea lion.
Is a sea lion and a manatee the same thing?
They're
All right,
related.
Okay.
Am I going to spin since?
You're going to have to spin, but hold on because I have to explain the rules to the game.
Okay.
All right, so you have 1 minute, and each category is worth a point, and that point's on there. So we have to keep track of the points. But and then I'm going to ask you a question, and you have to answer it.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready, Brian?
Yep.
Do you want to be the spinner, and I'll be the asker?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay. All right. Go.
Oh, fun.
Oh, hot dog. Here, you're going to keep time, okay? All right. Hot dog. How many hot dogs did Joey Chestnut eat in the 2025 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest? A, 64.5. B, 71. C, 70.5.
60, the 61.
70.5.
Darn.
All right, go.
I was there. I was judging. I should know that.
Hollywood. Oh, this is where I'm going to get you because I got to switch pages. Okay. All right. What 1920s Hollywood heartthrob got his start teetering on 6-foot stilts in Steeplechase Park as a Coney Island entertainer? A, Cary Grant. B, Gary Cooper. C, James Cagney.
Cary Grant.
Yes, you got it. You got it.
For 10 points.
10 points. That was a good one.
10 points.
Oh,
Manatee.
Okay. Sea Life. The Sea Lion Park was opened by aquatic showman Captain Paul Boynton in A, 1895, B, 1912, C, 1870.
1870.
1895. Come on,
1895.
pressure's on. Oh, we got that one. Spin again. Oh my God, what are you doing?
I'm throwing down a flag. Delay again.
All right, okay. Keep swimming. The first woman to swim the English Channel trained in Coney Island. Was her name A, C.C. Bloom?
This is a tough one.
B, Gertrude Ederle. C, Nancy Walton.
I'm going with Nancy.
It's Gertrude Ederle.
I don't.
All right, that's okay. All right, we hit a minute.
I'm doing horrible on this.
No vacancy.
All right, no vacancy. Elephantine Colossus was the name of A, a sandwich at Child's Restaurant. B, a Coney Island dance craze. C, an 1885 hotel turned brothel.
Your hotel turned brothel.
All right, that was a minute, but I want to ask you the rest of them because I know you're going to know them. Maimonides Park was the original location of the famed Steeplechase Park. True or false?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yeah, we discussed that.
Mm-hmm. How many cars are on the Wonder Wheel? 18, 30, or 24?
Oh my God, I never even thought of that.
18, 30, or 24? And I also want to point out my Wonder Wheel graphic is upside down.
1830 or 20. I'm going to say 24.
You got
it.
In 1903, Dr. Martin Cooney created a side. Well, that OU is hard sometimes. In 1903, Dr. Martin Cooney created a sideshow attraction which featured premature babies in A, self-rocking bassinets, B, incubators, C, bubble baths.
The incubator, baby.
Is there one more in?
There's one more. I was an incubator baby. Fun fact.
Yeah.
Not Dr. Cooney's.
Not Dr. Cooney's, no. All right. What famous figure said, the only thing that interests me about America is Coney Island? A, Sigmund Freud. B, Queen Victoria. C, Louis Pasteur.
Freud.
Yes. Yeah.
I knew some of it.
Listen.
You got 90% and you win. You win the
90,
prize.
like-
You win the
like-
prize.
There were some tricky ones in there.
This is the Fuente is
No,
the
but you
prize.
also have
No, you
this.
get a
Sissy
this
made
one's
it.
better.
Look at that. Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Yes, this
That's
made you a
from
special
Cecilia.
treat.
Let's
She
see.
made you.
And I
made
told
you,
her who it was for, and she picked out the design.
Oh, boy.
So clearly she thinks you're very fancy.
little martini to go with the cigar.
Nice. Oh, she's the best.
She was very
She's
excited.
the best.
decorated the front of that. So
Oh, she's great.
Yes.
I love these fuse beads.
Aren't they fun?
Yeah.
Ironing them is really fun.
yeah.
I was like, you can't do it. It's too dangerous. But I was like,
fuse beads are great with
satisfying.
like the olive.
Yeah, they're super fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Adam, thank you so
man.
much for being
Adam,
here.
we
that's
love
a
you. We
blast.
love you so much.
You know
Thank
we
you for
love you.
all the beauty that you bring to
Yes.
Coney Island, and just like we're just so happy to have you. And
Oh,
just,
thank you.
You make our lives better every day.
Yes.
We love
You
man.
make New York better.
You make New York better.
You make the world better.
Yes.
Oh boy! Wow, what a weight!
Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Oh, man.
I had a blast.
Oh,
This is
good.
great.
We love you.
Us too, Adam. We love you, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Bye.
Are we off camera?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
These
good.
fucking people.
Yes.
These bad. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I told everybody about the Coney Island USA socials, but is there anywhere else people should find you at?
I mean, I'm at Adam RealMan
Yeah.
on what is it, Instagram and Face. Not that I really do anything.
But
I'm
do the TikTok.
I no, I'm not shaking my rump on.
Why
on
not?
the
That could be a
boardwalk.
whole nother job for
That
you.
could be in theory.
You could be
but
you could be Miss Coney Island.
I'm waiting for the next next trend.
All right.
Maybe I'll be starting.
You
the
might
next
be the
trend.
next
That's
trend.
correct.
All right. Well, follow Adam the Real Man. Follow Coney Island USA. Go to the website. Get on
Yep.
the mailing
Get on the
list.
mailing list for
Get
sure.
into it.
Do it.
Get
Do it.
into
Come
it.
to Coney Island.
Come to Coney Island. We got lots of great stuff going on, and we're just getting started.
And actually, I want to say the gift shop at the Freak Bar is so amazing.
Oh, great. Yeah, great
it's
merch.
Such a
Yeah.
good. The merch
It's
there is so good.
So good.
Yeah, Lori does a great job
Yeah.
She
curating.
curates
yeah.
amazing stuff. The mugs, the T-shirts,
the shirts.
art.
Shirts are always the
They're
best.
great.
You know?
I love it.
Definitely. And we'll see you at the Polar Bear.
Oh, I'll polar bear.
Let's go.
I'll
Polar
do
Bear.
it.
I'm doing it too.
Okay, I'm getting those shoes though, because otherwise
You need those
I
neoprene
can't.
shoes.
It's too scary.
You
Do they
need
make
those.
them? Did they make those neoprene shoes in high heels?
Oh, it's okay.
Well,
I'll do air.
That's gonna be. That's it. How do you walk in sand in high heels?
I could do it. When I was Miss Cyclone, I was always on the beach in high heels. You toe walk. It's toe walking. Put all the weight in your toes. Your heels don't actually go down. And you got to do the same thing on the boardwalk too. Otherwise,
Yeah,
you get stuck.
within the
Yeah,
slats.
yeah.
It's
the
toe
slats
walking.
go.
So that was a super fun chat,
Oh
right?
man, I love Adam. He's so the best man. That was such a great getting to know all that history
Yeah.
and just talking to the real man.
Yeah,
You know, it was
Adam
amazing.
totally embodies Coney Island, and
Definitely.
it's so amazing to see
Definitely.
him carrying it on into the future, and all the new people that like get to see it and fall in love with it.
And kids coming down, and
Yeah.
like we said, we bring Sis down for her birthday.
Yeah.
All her other friends get to come down. Their parents come down and see what an amazing place this is.
Sharing the love.
sharing the love, and
the
just
magic.
bringing more magic, more people to the magic that is Coney Island.
And so then in the beginning of today,
yeah, you didn't want me to say that quote, I know, but
I didn't want you
it's
to say
such
the
a
quote
good
because it was in the game show and you
Yeah.
were going to give it away. But the only thing that interests me about America is Coney Island. I think that's so cool because I think Coney Island is like the heart of America.
Yeah.
really, the
It
spirit
really
of
is.
America.
It really is.
Innovation, family, like diversity, like fun
and
stuff.
and with a little grit.
Yeah,
Because that's
with the grit.
with the grit, because that's
Yeah.
what makes America what it is.
That's
It makes
right.
what all the immigrants that came here,
Yeah.
that live in this country,
make it what it
that
is.
make this country what it is that grit, that determination, and that beautifulness that you see in Coney Island every time you go out
I
there.
love it. So another fun
Another
episode
fun
of
showing off. Showing
It's a
off.
good thing we know so many show offs.
I know. I'm gonna go get.
I gotta go get my
I'm gonna get
cards.
a bunch of deck of cards.
Me
to
too.
start
We're gonna
ripping
be
up.
at home practicing.
Well, I'll probably only need one because I'm not gonna be able to do it for a couple months.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning into Showing Off,
Yeah,
where we
man.
kick open the stage door
Yep.
and get in there and talk about what is going on behind the showbiz and how we get the guts and the glory and the Surf Avenue spinner.
Yeah.
If you want to share questions or submit a show off for us to talk to here, just shoot us an email at showingoffpod@gmail.com.
Sounds good, babies. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Yeah, but make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at
Yeah, you
Showing Off
definitely
Pod.
go follow us on
You better
TikTok and Facebook.
Follow
and-
me.
Yes.
And don't forget to leave a rating and a review. That's
Awesome.
5 stars. All right.
Signing off.
Credits.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego.
What? Oh, are you doing the Anchorman?
Yeah.
All right, be quiet. I'm going to do the credits. All right. Showing Off is brought to you by Base Creatives and produced by Scott Frederick, Alex Showing Off is brought to you by Base Creatives and produced by Scott Frederick, Ellis Frederick, Ariel Nissenblatt, and recorded at Wolf Studios with sound engineer Wolf Taylor. Our theme song, Take Me Back to Brooklyn, is written and performed by Brian Newman.
And you're Angie Pontani.
I sure am.
Showing Off with Brian Newman and Angie Pontani.
You're pretty good. Mid.